Good day, everyone. Welcome back to our PTV Vissim tutorial. Now that we have learned how to complete a network and are able to run a simulation, let's learn how to extract relevant data for our analysis. First, let's define our data collection points. Select the Data Collection Points button on your network objects and control and right-click on a particular point on your network. The list should show at the bottom of your screen. But if it doesn't, just right click on data collection points and select show list. From here, you will be able to input a name for your data collection point. It would be advisable to name your point so that you may be able to distinguish them later. I will call this point EL for eastbound left, and I'll add another point here um, and call it NU for northbound up. I will also add 2 points in my roundabout, one for each lane. Now, if you want to move a point, just left click and drag where you need the point to be. And the next step is to define these points in our data collection measurements. Otherwise, the software will not be able to calculate the results for these points. So we go to evaluation, measurement definition, and data collection measurements. Now we will add one for each of the data collection points that we put in our network. Here at the bottom of the screen, you may also switch tabs to view the lists that you need. So now that we've added 4 data collection measurements, let's assign the data collection points on each one. In such a case that you have a link with 2 lanes and you want the results to be combined, you may also select more than one item for one data collection measurement. So in this case, I can remove one data collection measurement since um, the lanes for the roundabout will be um, calculated as one link. So before we run our simulation, let's make sure that the configuration allows for the data collection measurements to be collected. So let's go to evaluation and configuration and make sure to check the box for data collections and click OK. And to be able to see the results, let's go to evaluation, results lists, and data collection results. And let's run the simulation. These results can be used for monitoring the simulated number of vehicles in your network. If you hover your mouse over one of the headers of the columns, it will show you the full description of that attribute. This is for the acceleration, the distance, the vehicles, the count of the vehicles, and all the other relevant data for your analysis. You can also run the simulation multiple times, and the results will show the results for each of the simulation run and the average, the standard deviation, the minimum and the maximum values of all the runs. So if you need to, you can select one row or multiple rows to create a graph. Just right click on your selected rows to create chart. And here you will see all the tools to edit the parameters of the layout of your chart. You can edit the legend and the X and Y axis and even the data. And once you're satisfied with the layout of your chart, just click on the camera icon on the rightmost area to export the image. And This is what it will look like. And if you need to save the numerical data on this table, you can go ahead and select copy. You don't even have to select any row. You can just go ahead and click on the copy button and paste it on your Excel file. Control V, and there we have the numerical data from the software. Make sure that you use this button instead of just selecting everything on the table and copying it and pasting it on the Excel file, because this method will not give you the column headers to distinguish all the numerical values on your table. Now let's close this and go to vehicle travel times. In vehicle travel times, the software will calculate the travel time of the vehicle in a specific section that we will now define. So to define that particular section, let's enable the vehicle travel time function and select our starting point by holding Control and right click on your selected point, and Control and right click on your selected endpoint. Again, there will be no need to drag. You just need to Control and right click on your starting point and Control and right click on your endpoint. Make sure that the section you've created is a valid route. You cannot, for example, start here and end here, because that is not a valid route. So here we have our list, and you can also input the name of your section, and you can also input the specific distance if that is a fixed variable of your data. We can set this, for example, to 200, and you will see that the points will adjust. Okay. And if you need to move a point, just right click on it and drag. And let's add another section here. Now let's input these sections to measurement definition as we did with data collection points. But this time, these sections will be defined under delay measurements. Again, add as much delay measurements as you have vehicle travel time measurements. So now in this case, we have 2 vehicle time measurements. And let's add 2 delay measurements. Again, if you have a case where you need 2 sections to be calculated into one link, you can take off more than one box for combined results. But in this case, we only need one section for each delay measurement. The third step is again to go to evaluation and configuration and make sure that the boxes for delays and vehicle travel times are selected. Click OK. And to show the results, go to evaluation again, results lists, and we will have 2 table results for the delay results and the vehicle travel time results. And then you can run the simulation. Here you will see the stop delay measurements and the vehicle travel time results. Again, if you run it multiple times, it will show the results of each run and the minimum, maximum, and average values of all runs. You can also create charts the same way as discussed earlier. And you may also extract these values by selecting the copy button. The next parameter that I will show you is the queue counters. These are usually placed where there are signal heads, but you may also use this at any point in your intersection. Let's define our queue counters by selecting queue counters in network objects and control and right click on your selected point. This time, we no longer need to input any measurement definition for queue counters. So we're going straight to the configuration window under evaluation to make sure that the box for queue counters is selected. You can see here there is a more button wherein you can define the parameters of your queue, such as the speed where a vehicle will be considered in queue or no longer in queue, and the maximum clearance and length of your queue counter. Click OK and show the results in evaluation, results lists, and queue results. Let's run the simulation. And here you will see the number of vehicles that are stopping due to the queue. And again, you can run multiple times to see the minimum, maximum, and average values of each run. You can also create charts the same way as before and extract the data by selecting copy. And that's all. Thank you for listening. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you wish to obtain more detailed information on the software, the PTV user manual is available for download. You can type PTV Vism 10 user manual on your search engine, and the file is free to download for everyone.